something different. Something different. So I can bring 1 million people to Chicago to see how serious they are about black supremacy. Or how serious they not. Do you understand what I'm making? That's the relevance. Organizing all black people and voting and saying we all gonna wear red this week, I'm not with it. Putting all our money together and backing and just going out in our community, just telling people to stop the violence, I'm not with it. That's an objective that one may be moved to participate in at a time. But the fundamental basis is what? Black supremacy. Did you see what I'm saying? Coming together, bringing everybody together so they can be unified. Don't care. But is there room to be unified under black supremacy? Yeah. As long as we're here doing it and own it, we're here to be unified on it. Are we here to unify other black supremacists? We unify clearly 24 hours a day. Are we here to unify under capitalism, sovereignty, conquest, this, that, and hell no. I'm not unifying with you under that. You can unify with a white boy. You can go to Morocco and talk to the prince or king of Morocco and unify under him and get you some sovereignty. You know what I'm saying? Unify with me under black supremacy and I'll run them pale individuals out of Morocco. I'll run them pale Egyptians up out of Egypt. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what you'll get unifying with me. We're going to spread black supremacy throughout the land. We ain't spreading getting money and coming up and all. We're not spreading that. Spreading black supremacy. Different. Because our communities cannot look like, and these communities, they got more money. They got a lot of money. But that ain't protecting them from no bullets. So to me, until they realize how supreme they are in value, how supreme their life is, then they'll fall less. Then they'll die less and kill their own less. So as the most utterly devoted and worshipful supreme master and diligent slave of black supremacy, I will continue to forge forward in connecting and interfacing and embracing with true enlightened black supreme beings to spread the inner, outer, and overstanding and just standing of black supremacy throughout the four corners of the earth. That's a fact. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not a politician. Black supremacy is not a good political thing to be talking about. It's politically incorrect. I'm not a comedian. Because it's not funny when you talk to people who love white people about how they the devil and we're better than them. It's not a good joke. So I'm no comedian. I'm no entertainer. Because ain't a lot of tickets going to sell when you talk about black supremacy, where the white man is propped all the way up. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not a lawyer because you know what? When you go against black supremacy, you're guilty. I can't even argue a case against that. Do you see what I'm saying? Not even for a second. That's a fact. So, and the only way a person can get there is through enlightenment. I'm not Dr. Phil, a relationship counselor. I'm a black supremacist. And I encourage all human beings to embody black supremacy and black God consciousness, period, for themselves. Do I think that will solve 100% of the relationship problems? Yes. Because it solves every amount of problem that is born out of self-hate. Do you see what I'm saying? But when some people come to me, I'm come right with them with black supremacy. You need to get on black supremacy. That's going to solve everything for you. Because you have the supreme dealings and interfacing and relating, you know what I'm saying, with others to bring about the highest harmony. I'm not going to get off into no petty things with them. Because that's a lifetime right there. A lifetime of not seeing the supremeness of things. And we didn't come here to be supreme because of others. We came here to be supreme in alignment with others. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's no relationship with black supremacy, but emerging into the truth. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Relationships, things are separate. That's a gender struggle in and of itself. A relationship is a gender struggle. I ain't gonna lie. You got the man and the woman. It's a gender struggle. Who's in power? Who's in control? Who controls the resources? Who's this? What's the man's position? What's the woman's role? All our roles is black supremacy. Do you understand the point I'm making? Our role is not to maintain gender struggles, but to maintain black supremacy. Let me show you how slick it is. Because when we come together, any gender could come out of us. And we want that gender to what? Reign supreme, am I correct? So the gender battle gets lost through procreation. Because two people of different gender come together based on gender struggles and battles based on a relationship. And they give birth to genderless possibility. Am I correct? So black supremacy overrides that because no matter what gender is born, it's going to be a supreme black being. You see what I'm saying? So our ideas of relationships have turned us against one another and made us like we're separate. Two different entities trying to relate. Only things that are opposite or different relate. We're on the same side. It's greater than a relationship. We are actual merge. We are the same thing perpetuating itself. The whole relationship thing was made up in this society to divide us and conquer us. Where we don't see ourselves as a species perpetuating itself into the future. We see ourselves as men. We see ourselves as women. So now we got to relate. Do you see what I'm saying? We are the same. Black supreme beings. Perpetuating black supreme beingness. Do you see what I'm saying? Through procreation and reproduction of supreme selves. That's heavy. So we don't deal with relationships. As long as we can look at black beings as supreme beings, that is the greatest relationship that we can have. When we lose that, and the relationship becomes about some relating over something, who drive the car today, who drive the car tomorrow, who gonna pay half on the rent today, and they break up over this stuff. Because they relating over shit that is over dumb stuff. They just only relate. You know what I'm saying? They are not really connected. They have not merged. The word marriage comes from the word merge. Do you understand the point I'm making? But now it represents mirage, which is an illusion of something that is not fucking there. But true marriage is the merging of two distinct entities beginning to merge their perceptions into realizing that, wait a minute, we're just one. Perpetuating itself. That's heavy. That's heavy. So the only relationship that we can have is one that secures, reproduces, perpetuate and maintains black supremacy and black supreme beingness. Ain't that heavy? Any other type of relationship is a business relationship. Do you understand what I'm making? With objectives and goals based upon business that interface with other entities, contractual agreements, marriage paperworks, documents, stocks, bonds, certificates, licenses. That's a business relationship. Do you understand what I'm making? What we call marriage is a corporate partnership, where you partner up with somebody else's straw man on documentation and get a certificate and a commercial license. So what we call a marriage relationship in America is a business relationship. And businesses fall out, right? Corporate partners fall out over little business deals that didn't go right. Time management. You know what I'm saying? Labor management, resource management. Because some people see marriage as a resource. We're going to put this together, and we're going to put our accounts together and put this together. And now we got something, and we can pay our bills together. That's the average relationship. It's a business contract. But I said a true relationship, not a true relationship, but for lack of a better word, is when beings come together. They merge for the maintenance, the protection, the reproduction, the exaltation, black supremacy, black supreme beingness. That's heavy. So you won't see me doing long tapes and dissertations talking about relationships. Because right action comes from right mind. Right mind is right perspective. Black supremacy will put us in the right direction. We want to merge with other people because we see our supremeness in them. And we can connect based on being supreme beings. We don't want to merge with nobody based on no damn paperwork or what no damn King Testament, King James Bible says. That's why we connected with people. Because of the type of Bible they got. That's deep. I want to get with you. I sure like your Bible. That's a beautiful Bible. Can we go out? I see you got all the pages full that you've been reading it. Let's get together. Honestly, we get together because we see supreme beings. We call it magnetism. That attract us. But we get distracted from their supremeness by business. Oh, you ain't got no money? Let's go out on a date. You don't want to go where I like to go. You didn't saw a damn supreme being. You understand what I'm saying? And now you distracted from a supreme being because they like McDonald's and you like White Castles and both of y'all killing yourself with what y'all eating. But when a lion sees the lioness, they see a supreme being of themselves, a different dimension of themselves that draws them together. We see the type of car we drive. Like somebody because of their damn accountant. I like his accountant was great. It's supreme beingness that attracts us. Because our first thing we see is beings. And if we attracted them based on material, it's temporal. Because material is temporal based on recessions and this, that, and that, and this job, and this boss, and this white man, and this racist, and this, that, and all this prejudice, and all this. That's temporal. But your attraction to supreme beingness is permanent. Because every supreme being must be attracted to supreme beingness. You see what I'm saying? Because this is something that they can be that they